Hey, welcome to the Nick and Nick podcast. This podcast is powered by Royalty Roofing and Renovations. Crown your home and your property with royalty. Royalty Roofing and Renovations. Looking forward to the guests that we have on the cast today. We are coming to you live from the College World Series here in Omaha, Nebraska, downtown, directly across the street from the Charles Schwab Stadium and the CHI Auditorium, which brings us to our topic for tonight. Before I introduce our guests, I want to tell you a little bit about what we have going on tonight. We have a couple of our project managers, and then we also have the manager of our commercial projects. His name's Sean Ryan, and we have AJ with us tonight. AJ, and then we have Jim holding up the end on the end there. Thanks, boys, for joining us on the podcast tonight. Looking forward to having a conversation with you. Also, you guys get to go to the LSU-Arkansas game in just a second, so we're just going to spend about 10, 15 minutes here. And what we really want to get into on this special edition of the College World Series podcast hosted by Royalty Roofing and Renovations, we want to get into the project that you guys have coming up as it relates to the CHI Center. Sean, do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Super excited. We were awarded the project for the CHI Arena to do a full recoat on the arena. So about 240,000 square feet.
Will this be one of the largest projects you guys have done at Royalty Roofing, or?
Yes. Yeah, it would be one of the largest pretty much in terms of, managing the project, the logistics of the project. I mean, everything has to be craned up. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. The corner that we're looking at is 165 feet from the ground.
I wish I could show you that.
Yeah.
High up.
We'll have to insert pan here. So, but no, and that's the high side. The short side is 110 feet. So part of the logistics is when you're doing a roof coating, you have to pressure wash and clean the entire roof.
Right.
Well, part of the problem with CHI is they never installed water on the roof. So we have to get water directly straight up 110 feet and then across the entire roof.
How do you do that logistically?
Well,
TBD.
What is it?
TBD.
Well, part of it is TBD. A little bit of, we have a good game plan set together. PVC piping is probably what we're going to use. We're going to go off of backflow, which is what they use for their sprinkler system, the irrigation.
Okay.
And we'll run PVC, which we've already had tested the backflow, so there's enough pressure to get up there. Your biggest enemy is fighting gravity.
Right.
Because you lose, I want to say, half a pound per foot of pressure against gravity.
As you elevate, as you go up.
Yep, directly up. So we're going to kind of have to zigzag up the side of the building, but, I mean, that's just the top of the roof. I mean, that's just one section. We have 2 domes that we have to do, and then 5 or 6 little roofs all along the south side of the arena side. So it is the entire, CHI has a convention side, and then they have the arena side. We are doing the entire arena.
And is part of it sloped?
Part of it is sloped. So there would be 2 different types of products that we're using. One is silicone. That's what we're going to use on the flat areas, and then the sloped areas we're going to use acrylic. So,
Jim, can you share with us how the silicone and what was the other one, acrylic?
Yeah.
How are those applied at 100 feet of elevation? How do you get the product up there? Is it sprayed? Is it rolled? Is it a combination of the two? And then what are those materials made out of, and how does it keep your roof from leaking?
Yeah, I'm going to have Sean help me out with this one because that's more of his. I do know it's usually a little bit of a combination of the two. Generally, when you have like seams or penetrations through the roof, you'll treat those with the product first because those are the areas where you're most likely to have leaks down the road or areas that'll need more attention. And then from there, it can be a combination of different application methods. I'll let Sean kind of go into the details of that.
Yeah, silicone is going to be a little bit more water resistant. That's why they use it on flat surfaces. So that's the reason you're applying silicone. It's for low slope. The acrylic is more for pitched roofs. 2 reasons. One, the ponding resistance that silicone is used to, but also silicone is a self-leveling product. So if I were to put it on a pitched area, it would want to run itself down that slope because it wants to self-level itself. So, I mean, you have challenges to where, just getting equipment up here, but everything's going to be sprayed with massive sprayers. One's an 833 and one's a 933 from Graco. So you have about 250 feet of hose on each of those sprayers. We'll have probably about a 10 to 15 man crew. When it comes to jobs like this, though, 99% of the project is prep. Your cleaning, your preparation, your sealing, your penetrations, you're taking care of any problems that were on the membrane beforehand.
Would that be like hail damage, or would that be like rips, or what does it do?
Rips,
Penetrate?
tears, wrinkles, anything that could affect the roof itself. The idea behind coatings, the good thing about coatings is it's cost effective, and you can get 10, 15, 20-year warranties on it. But you still have to make the roof watertight before you do the coating. So there's some prep and some repairs involved even before you get to the coating process. So we've done an estimate on this. It's part of the project that we go through. There could be roughly $50,000 to $60,000 worth of membrane replacement even before we get to the coating.
Oh wow!
Hopefully we don't have that, but
So did you calculate that in on the front end, or is that like a guesstimate? Because
no, actually we do thermal scans. So we do thermal scans of the entire roof to determine if there's moisture.
Okay.
Because you can't have moisture underneath the membrane. It still has to be dry. A lot of times that's why coatings sometimes don't get promoted so well, is because a lot of people put on coatings on a roof that it shouldn't be actually applied because the roof is so bad. In this situation, this has already been coated. This is going to be a recoat so they can reissue their 10-year warranty.
Yeah, a lot of manufacturers will require that thermal skin, I believe,
Okay.
before they'll let you put it on and put their stamp of approval on
So
it.
when you got that thermal scan, when you guys got that, what did it look? What did it come back as? Do you already know the results of your scan?
Yep. And that actually came back pretty positive.
Okay,
I'm
good.
actually glad that there wasn't a lot of areas that thermal scan didn't show up. And even sometimes when you do the thermal scans,
Hold on. Before you gave them your bid, did you have the thermal
Yes.
scan? Okay.
Yes, that was part of the bid.
Okay.
And it was given to every contractor, so it was part of it. I mean, we do it even if
Right.
there. This was an open bid. Obviously, there were 5 or 6 other large coating companies in the metro area that bid on this. But when we do retail, we have our own thermal guns that we do scan the roof with to make sure that we're doing this the right way.
That's awesome. Do you guys use that much on the residential side?
No, we do drones, but thermal is not usually with that stuff.
Not relevant.
No,
No,
most of that would apply to like attic ventilation stuff, but usually you can get a pretty good read on that just by poking your head in there. And but yeah, outside of that, drones are more just photography.
Well,
not
you could probably use it on siding, don't you think?
yeah, that would,
For moisture penetrations or
Yeah.
leaks or something like that,
Is that
like
a-
J-channel
yeah.
or windows, you could probably use it on residential.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Is that a piece of equipment, or is that like a?
Yeah, it's a thermal gun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
something,
it's an thermal imaging gun.
it's
Now
not like
this
an
one,
Eagle View or something. You have to have a third party go do
well,
it. We can do it
this
ourselves.
one was.
Oh, okay.
This one was.
Due
They
to the
did it by
size.
drone
Okay.
because of the size. So a drone flew over with a thermal camera and got us that information. But CHI knew that they needed that in order, or Mecca, the company who owns everything, is the company who paid for it because they knew they needed that information for everybody to bid accurately.
Right.
Yeah. So, and they've done a great job. They did a great job putting the specifications together, putting the numbers out, being very clear on what they did. A lot of times when you do bids, especially public bids, they don't have that type of information available or they don't have enough. But CHI or Mecca did a very good job of providing that.
So when will you guys be starting the project, the CHI project? Is it this year?
July 7th. Yep. July 7th. As soon as the CWS ends.
They get out of here, you guys get in here, huh?
Yep. And they planned it that way. So even right now, they're building an entirely brand new scoreboard, which was pretty cool because we were walking around the other day. And they have the scoreboard all the way down to the ground, and they're just rebuilding an entire new scoreboard. So.
Inside the CHI, so it'd be
Inside
for
the CHIs.
Creighton, for the basketball team, for
Yep.
the Supernovas, something like that.
Yep. So that I think that's going to be cool. And the good and Mecca is a nonprofit. So when they do make profit, it goes back into the building, which is really nice, and they plan it out this way. So they only have 2 concerts during our 6-week project. So they plan it out this way to get work done around this time once the College World Series ends. So they're on top of it.
What are some considerations? Because I do mostly residential. What are some considerations when you're applying that product? Is it like obviously rain is one thing, but like if it's super windy, do you have to worry about like overspray getting on things?
Yep, that's exactly. It's just like it's so similar to painting that if it's a 45, 50 mile an hour wind gust, there may be a chance that we can't spray. So hopefully, weather depending, that this project goes well. But yeah, and especially up on this, I mean, a 20 to 30 mile an hour wind gust on this top roof, could easily feel like a 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gust. But yeah, we're overspray.
Is there any tear off involved? Like when these guys do the residential, the tear off? Do you have any tear off up there?
No.
You just go
only those areas of the thermal scans. What we'll do is we'll cut open the area just to pop
Surgically?
it open. Yeah, surgically basically. We'll do a core sample and make sure that the insulation isn't wet. If the insulation isn't wet, we'll just seal that back up and we'll get ready for coating. Now, if it is wet, we'll basically replace that section until we run into dry.
Awesome.
Yep. So, I mean, we're excited. It's a big project.
What's the duration of the project? How long will you be there?
6 to 7 weeks. Yeah, 6 to 7 weeks.
I mean, the weather will be impact that.
Yeah.
Like you said, the wind, the elements.
Yep.
Hopefully, it's a 2-month or less project.
Yeah, and that's. I put a schedule together. July 7th, we start mobilizing, and so July 7th to the July 14th, we'll mobilize, get the cranes out, get cones, get all our safety equipment up, because safety is really important on a job like this. The 14th through the 21st, it'll be nothing but pressure washers, just going to town, cleaning up. I missed the setting up all the PVC piping 110 feet, but that's in between the 7th and the 14th is when we'll run that water. But yeah, for a whole week, all they're going to be doing is pressure washing.
That's crazy. That just goes to put in perspective like the square footage area of that project.
Magnitude of the project, yeah.
It's a big
I mean, you
building.
have a great team. You've been doing this for a long time. I'm sure
Yeah.
you're well equipped to handle a project of this magnitude.
Yeah.
The commercial division at Royalty's been growing exponentially. Just want to say congratulations. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Now, these guys on the residential side, Jim, you're one of our top project managers on the residential side. You've only been at Royalty for, I mean, you've been doing roofing and siding and windows forever, but only at Royalty for the last 6 months or so.
Yeah, the first of the year.
Tell me a little bit about your experience here at Royalty. Why do you think you're flourishing?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. I've worked for a few different companies now, and, it's easy to sit at the kitchen table and make a bunch of promises, but the hard part is fulfilling those and going through with your word. And there's the team that I've had with Royalty, from the person that answers the phone to the runners to the crews. I've just never met such like a passionate group of people that really cares about their job, and having done hiring quite a bit in my life, it's kind of hard to find that. So
Yeah, because you owned your own company for a while. Yep, and
Yep,
then you
so-
came over here and you're doing bang up job. So congratulations on that. Keep
Yeah,
it
thank
up.
you.
And then AJ, I know you guys got to get into the game here, but AJ, just want to touch base with you. Just tell us a little bit about. You've only been here a couple months, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
You've been in roofing, but I mean with us for a couple months, and you're
kinda
also
the
doing
same thing.
outstanding.
Yeah, that Jim said is the attention to detail is just different here. I think there's a lot of quality beyond even just the products that we use. It's the quality of the people, the systems that we have in place to make sure that we're doing a good job. Just the tools that we have at our disposal to make sure that the decisions that we're making are the right decisions and in the best interest of the homeowners.
Along those lines, I mean, we got plenty of guys like these two, like Mason, people that have been in the industry, like Brandon, that are willing and able to help. Some of the younger guys like Cooper that haven't been doing it for very long, willing and able to help them in any way they can.
that's been really cool too. Just everyone just wants to help each other.
Collaborating that happens.
The
I
team
think,
atmosphere is different.
Well, it makes it easier when you care.
right.
Yeah.
I've always told people I don't think this is a hard job.
Right.
There is some skill set to it, but when you do good work, when you care about what you do, everything else kind of falls into place. It's pretty easy.
Absolutely.
And everyone here is just so willing to help the person next to them.
Right.
And it's kind of like Jim said, it's really hard to find quality people. And I think Nick, the owner here, has done a really wonderful job at just making sure that everyone that is involved with Royalty, from the crews all the way up to the people that work in the office and answer the phones, to the people that meet the homeowners, are just very, very quality. They're full of integrity and want to make the right decision and do the right thing in the best interest of the homeowner and the people that ultimately we're here to serve the people in the community.
Yep.
So,
Well, on behalf of Royalty Roofing and Renovations, I want to thank you guys for being on the Nick and Nick podcast. I appreciate you sharing about the CHI and about your guys' experience
thank
with
you.
Royalty, and congratulations on doing a great job. Just keep up the good work and have fun while you're doing it.
Absolutely.
All right, go
We're
enjoy the
excited.
game.
Thanks, Nick.
Oh, hold on.
right.
What are the picks? I see the gear.
Yeah.
All the way?
LSU.
All the way?
All the way.
Yeah, all the way.
Okay. Not just tonight, but all
4 to
the way.
1 tonight, all the way the rest of the way.
Sean, all the way too.
all the way.
AJ.
I'm going for the mid-majors. I want Coastal or Murray State to
Okay.
take it home. So
down
I
with-
like the underdogs.
I'm down with either one of those. So
Go Tigers.
also down with the good game.
Yeah.
Good game.
Give me a good game.
Omaha Hogs.